Our third offering tonight is from Ann Timmons' play, Beyond the Yellow Wallpaper. Following its successful world premiere at Echo Theater in Dallas, we present an excerpt from this full-length play about early 20th century feminist writer Charlotte Perkins Gilman, depicting the budding romance between Charlotte and her second husband, Wall Street lawyer George Houghton Gilman. Actors, if you could turn on your cameras tonight, the role of Charlotte Perkins Gilman will be played by Constance Gold Perry, who starred in the recent Dallas production, and George Houghton Gilman will be played by Zach Myers. Stage directions will be read by Ann Timmons, who also directed the selection. In this scene, we see Charlotte continuing her search for personal and professional fulfillment after a very public divorce and dismissal from her publishing job. She remains ever the optimist and sets her sights on future possibilities. Actors, take it away.
Beyond the Yellow Wallpaper by Ann Timmons. Charlotte, on the train from Des Moines to Omaha, is writing a letter to her dearest friend, Grace Ellery Channing Stetson. It is February 20th, 1897.
Dear Grace, I love to travel, but it exhausts me. After 4-month lecture tour in England, I had little energy, but many fond memories, some excellent new friends, and $9.25 in cash. Now I'm back, crisscrossing my own country, and I felt the absolute miracle of minds opening up, embracing new ideas, as I describe the life we all can have when we work together to create an equal and fair society. Then there are many hours on trains between my public engagements, and I write. Oh, how I write. So many articles and poems. I calculate, if I keep this up, I can clear $5,000 this year. Not a huge sum, but enough to pay off debt, live simply, enough to erase the feelings of shame I have at still being so weak and so useless so often. I know I'll never be cured of my disease, but by God's grace, I can push, shove, and kick through it when I need to. And so I have every hope I can carry on. And I keep my eyes open. You never know when you may stumble upon a miracle. Love always, Charlotte.
The scene shifts to the Wall Street law office of George Houghton Gilman. Charlotte knocks on the door.
Hello? There's no one at the front desk.
Secretary's at lunch. Enter.
I don't have an appointment.
Cousin Charlotte? I didn't know you were in New York.
Do you usually know my whereabouts?
I follow you in the papers. My most famous living relative.
And you, a big Wall Street lawyer. Seems only yesterday I was teasing you about your wobbly attempt to master the bicycle.
Oh, well, you were sore because I wouldn't let you ride, even though you were so much older.
There are only 7 years between us.
Is that so?
I have come on a small legal matter, but first I have to ask. May I call you Ho, or is it George Houghton, as it says on your door, to be impressive?
My pals still call me Ho, yes. And may I call you Chow or Chopkins? Saying those now, I realize how inane they are.
Boyhood humor.
That legal matter?
I need help getting royalties from my publishers for my book of poems.
Yes, in this our world.
You read it.
Well, it was jolly good. So very clever and provocative. Reminded me of, well, you. Oh, I have a favorite. The garden beds I wandered by one bright and cheerful morn, when I found a new-fledged butterfly a-sittin' on a thorn, a black and crimson butterfly, all doleful and forlorn. I thought that life could have no sting to infant butterflies, so I gazed on this unhappy thing with wonder and surprise. With wonder and surprise. I I'm stumped. What's next?
While sadly with his waving wing he wiped his weeping eyes. Said I, what can the matter be? Why weepest thou so sore? With garden fair and sunlight free and flowers in goodly store. But he only turned away from me and burst into a roar.
Cried he, my legs are thin and few, where once I had a swarm, soft, fuzzy fur, a joy to view, once kept my body warm, before these flapping wing things grew to hamper and deform.
At that outrageous bug I shot, the fury of mine eye. Said I, in scorn all burning hot, in rage and anger high, you ignominious idiot, those wings were made to fly.
I do not want to fly, said he, I only want to squirm. And he drooped his wings dejectedly, but still his voice was firm. I do not want to be a fly, I want to be a worm.
Oh, yesterday of unknown lack, today of unknown bliss. I left my fool in red and black. The last I saw was this, the creature madly climbing back
Into his.
chrysalis.
Remind me of the title.
I think you know.
A conservative.
Just so.
Is something askew?
Just seeing the boy you were inside the man you have become.
And is that a good thing?
Maybe. Jury's still out.
In that case, dear Chopkins,
Mr. Gilman, your next appointment's here.
leave the publisher's address with Shirley out there, and I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. How can I repay you for your efforts?
Let me take you out to dinner. Tomorrow night?
I leave for Boston in the morning.
Then write me as soon as you get there so that I can keep you informed about any progress I make on your case.
Yes, I will do. Thank you.
The scene shifts to Ho and Charlotte staying in touch through letters over a span of several months.
Dear Charlotte, I'm happy to tell you it's settled, that publishing business absurd, and now at least going forward, you'll get all the cash you deserve. 'Twas splendid to see you here last month and take time to stroll New York. It's grand being with you. I'd like more. Let's ensure your next visit's not short. The symphony last week was ripping, good concert, new music by Liszt. I squired a young lady who's pleasant, but my dear, you were sorely missed. Hurry back, won't you?
Dear Ho, I rather wish I'd been the girl you took. Is that too bold to confess? I am bold. I never play games of the heart or leave any suitors to guess. So I'll come out and say it. I love you, dear Ho. Your conquest was swift but complete. You knew me before when really myself. Reviving that time tastes so sweet. I'm lecturing better than ever. My hostesses tell me I glow. Nothing has changed, yet everything has. I am loved, and the world seems to know. Missing you terribly,
You amaze me, you wonderful woman. Your talent, your brilliance, your drive. But I need you too, here, now, with me, to learn if our love's dream can thrive. Picture this, wandering the ramble at dusk, the stars coming out, the doves cooing low. I'll whisper sweet words, perhaps steal a kiss, while we rest in the place lovers know.
You tempter, sending me visions of love that salve the deep wounds of my heart. But the world is wide and the need is great. I'll write a book, that's a start. I'm testing myself to reach my new goal, though I must say the project's ambitious. But progress will come. It must. It will. And success will taste truly delicious.
I adore you. What is your book about?
The evolution of society into a world that is equitable and just for all, not just those who already have and are trying to get more. I never could have done this without you, dearest Ho.
End of scene.